Vendredi, dans le cadre de mon allocution à la suite du discours du président ukrainien, j'ai souligné la présence d'une personne dans la tribune. Mon intention était de démontrer que le conflit entre Russie et l'Ukraine n'est pas nouveau, que les Ukrainiens sont malheureusement soumis à une agression étrangère depuis trop longtemps, et cela doit cesser. I've subsequently become aware of more information which causes me to regret my decision to recognize this individual. I wish to apologize to the House, and I'm deeply sorry that I've offended many with my gesture and remarks. I would also like to add that this initiative was entirely my own. The individual in question being from my riding and having been brought to my attention. No one, including you, my fellow parliamentarians, or the Ukraine delegation, was privy to my remarks prior to their delivery.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for that apology. I have to say, though, as a parliamentarian, as a Canadian of Jewish origin, as a descendant of Holocaust survivors whose majority of her family walked in to Auschwitz-Birkenau, and only my grandfather and his brother walked out, that I think this hurt all of us in Parliament. And I'll say that personally, I feel particularly hurt by this. I would say that as parliamentarians, we place our trust in you. There are many times when we recognize people in the gallery, and we do so on your good advice and your good offices. And all of us here did that in the chamber on Friday because we trusted you on that. I think this unfortunate situation has been deeply embarrassing for Canada's Parliament. I think it's been deeply embarrassing for Canada, and I think it was deeply embarrassing for the President of the Ukraine, who came here in friendship, who came here because we are a strong ally, and who came here because he trusted Canadians.
Mr. Speaker, this is a very grave incident on a day when the government of Canada is welcoming the head of state of Ukraine, a country that is undergoing an unjust and illegal invasion. There was a guest in the gallery whose presence fed into the Russian propaganda and narrative about the bogus justification for Putin's illegal invasion.
Once again, I want to apologize for what happened and really tell you that the intention was not to embarrass this House. My sincere apologies to the House, to each and every one of you who are in the House today, and to all Canadians for having been put through this.
Well, that's our position, that he should step aside for the good of Parliament. And that's not neglecting the fact that he's done good work as Speaker. I referenced that in the House. But what happened Friday was horrible. It was terrible. It was profoundly hurtful for so many Canadians and to people around the world. And he has to step down as a consequence of that.
What responsibility should the government bear?
Well, we're focused. The Speaker said it was his decision. I believe him on that. It is a decision that comes fraught with profound consequences. One of those consequences, as far as we are concerned, is that he needs to step aside as Speaker.
Obviously, it's extremely upsetting that this happened. The Speaker has acknowledged his mistake and has apologized. But this is something that is deeply embarrassing to the Parliament of Canada and, by extension, to all Canadians. I think particularly of Jewish MPs and all members of the Jewish community across the country who are commemorating Yom Kippur today. I think it's going to be really important that all of us push back against Russian propaganda, Russian disinformation, and continue our steadfast and unequivocal support for Ukraine, as we did last week with announcing further measures to stand with Ukraine in Russia's illegal war against it.
We have here in the chamber today Ukrainian Canadian world veteran from the Second World War who fought the Ukrainian independence against the Russians and continues to support the troops today, even at his age of 98.